mean, you know what I mean? I'm mad at Daquan Finn, bro. Like I thought Daquan Finn, but to be honest with you though, that's why I didn't put him at as a top
Big 12 quarterback.
yeah, as a top Big 12 quarterback. I think I kept him at like number 8 on my in my rankings, number 8 or number 7. That's why I didn't put him as a top because I didn't know. I wasn't sure if he was going to be able to make the transition coming from the MAC and then going down to, you know what I'm saying, going down to the Big 12. I wasn't sure if he was going to be able to do that. What up, Alpha Roo, man? I thank you for supporting Alpha Roo coming through in the
Yeah,
morning, man.
shout out
You know what I'm
Alpha.
saying? Doing our thing, man. Um, doing our little picks. You know, this is like our little college game day version. You know what I mean? If you will. You know, I got the live little slide pulled up. Now this game right here, man, Oregon versus or at Oregon State. They call this the Civil Rivalry game. I guess that's what they calling this one here. And as of lately, Oregon has been a top 10 team that has not lived up to the top 10 potential just yet. They look like they're struggling stopping the run. It looks like that they can't get their offense going rolling hard. And people are not used to seeing Oregon like this. They're used to seeing Oregon in a more Pac-12 finesse, throw the ball down the field, put up a lot of points type of offense. Um, must say that this game right here, man, I look. This is another one of those games. They're giving Oregon State, I think it's 14 points or something like that, in this game. And I mean, before I get up into picking and you know talking about the points that they're getting, because this I think this is the setup game as far as that goes. But Oregon, man, I gotta stand on this, bro. I gotta stand on this, and I don't think I'm coming off this just yet, man, because I think that Oregon slides out of this funk that they're in. I think adding the pieces that they added on that offensive line is why it seems to be that they're having a little offensive funk or whatever. And some of those guys that they brought in out of the transfer portal, I think that they're seeing the results of that and how they're not able to come in and contribute to that culture just yet. And they got to get some chemistry going as far as game going. And by them winning right now and still going through that, I don't know if this is a wake up game for them or whatnot. But look, man, I still think Oregon bounces back. I think they're getting ready to play Big Ten football, bro. We all said at the beginning of the year, is Oregon, is Washington, is UCLA, is is SC going to be able to adapt to Big Ten football culture, leave the Pac-12 behind? Well, it looks like SC is there as of right now because they're winning and they're winning by a couple more points than Oregon is. But Oregon has been in dog fights. Right, the run. But they're not stopping it enough, I guess, to some people's likings. But these are low scoring games, and Oregon is coming out on top. Now, I don't want to sit here and say that. Now we've seen that these G5 programs are beating a lot of Power Five teams. So can we sit here and really keep knocking Oregon and say that Oregon is not playing up to their potential or what? Like, because I honestly cannot sit here and say that with a straight face because we just seen a UNLV team beat Kansas. And I mean, look, and they turned the ball over. They played defense late. They played from behind. That's a G5 team, however y'all want to put that. Oregon played Idaho. Then they played another team, and they not putting up the points that they want. But I think they still playing a form of football that's Big 12 ready. And with that being said, man, Oregon State, yeah, we know they got Anthony Hickerson toting the rock out over there. What was that, Colorado? And if they stop the run, but I think this is a game now. Oregon has to come out and they got to put the silencer on a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Hush up a lot of people, and I think they'll say, okay, well, Oregon showed us why they're a top 10 team. They got way too much talent up there, and they got the hogs on the in the trenches to get it done both sides of the ball, man. I'm going with Oregon to win, but and I don't know if they'll cover, but I definitely got Oregon to win in this game, man. Straight up, man. I think they go ahead and they put something on Oregon State, man. But I don't know if they'll cover, like I said. So Let me get that. Let me put my thing up there. What did Alfaru say in the comments? Let me check and see what he said before. He said he said OSU looking good. If OSU they lock to make the college football playoff with those wrenches and everything. OSU. Do you mean Oregon? Is that Oregon State or Ohio State?
I don't know.
Alfaru. He said, "What's our top game this weekend? The top game this weekend." Man, that's a tough one. The top game this weekend. What's really out there? I would say that the game that I want to watch and the game I want to see, because you don't know. Oregon State. He said Oregon State been looking good. Yeah, they have. They have been. I agree. My top game. What would you say your top game is? If they win, they are locked. Yeah,
A
I,
lock for the
I
playoffs?
I could. He said he think yeah. Alfred saying if they win, they're a lock for the playoffs, the college football playoffs. Oregon State,
Oh, I don't know about it. Well, I mean, it's possible. I mean, he still got a lot of season left.
right? But who
Yeah.
who you would say that is the top game this weekend, bro? If you had to pick a top game before you go ahead and answer, pick
Yeah,
your team,
to be honest, I'm about to go Boston College in Missouri.
Boston
It's,
College and Missouri.
I mean, because
Oh,
this is kind of a kind of laid back week this particular week in terms of especially where we got the first 2 weeks of the season. Now you got week three. It's kind of some teams are taking a bye this week, so
uh-huh.
you got kind of some of those matchups, you know. But yeah, I mean that's one of the only few ranked games that we have this week. So I'm about to go with Missouri and Boston College personally.
Oregon State is a good game, man. I think Oregon has to come out and prove to a lot of people what's going on. Um, they got to prove what's going on. So if I got to pick a one, so let me have a 1A 1B. Oregon State is 1B for me. 1A to me right now is LSU and South Carolina. I think that's the my biggest game for the
Yeah,
weekend.
and I was thinking about that game too, but I mean, Illinois Sellers it's been rough. He doesn't look as good as Traylon Green has been looking. So, but yeah, it's gonna be rough. Um, I started the season. I was before the season even started. I already backed myself into a corner, so I have to pick Oregon every week just out principle.
Principal.
Just out principle, I have to pick Oregon. I have to pick Oregon every week. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when you say when you have laid down and said, look, this is my pick for the national championship, I have to pick y'all every week, but just off principle. You know what I mean?
Right.
But just going back and rewatching the Idaho game and rewatching the Boise State game, you know, condensed version. The thing that I come away with is that to me, it doesn't seem like Oregon knows what they want to do offensively. I think what Dan Lennon is going on right now, in which again, this offensive coordinator they had, he was there last year. I think a lot of things are going on right now. Obviously, you lost some experience and some talent on the offensive line, which people. There's again these weird Miami fans, you know,
Yeah.
are not accounting for that, right? You don't just it's not just plug and play in many instances, right? So they got that. This is Dylan Gabriel's first year here. So how much of the offense, you know, are y'all really allowed to run with him? Like his strengths and Bo Nick's strengths may actually be different. So you got to kind of figure that out. Another thing is, to me, it kind of seems like, unlike the previous 2 years, to me, it seems like Dan Lennon is kind of getting a little bit more so in the man. We want to kind of be a run based team, but it's like you got Evan Stewart, Holden, and you got Tez Johnson. So to me, it seems like it would be obvious. Why don't y'all try to make the offense more Ohio State esque in terms of just the game? Our offense is going to start on the perimeter, and then we'll slowly, matriculate back to the run game.
Mm-hmm.
Defensively, I have no idea what's going on defensively. I mean, they've invested a lot of money on that side of the ball, and it doesn't look like it's paying off. But again, similar situation. You lost some guys to the league off that side of the ball as well. But they gotta get it ready. I mean, they gotta get together in a hurry because I mean, yeah, they're playing Ohio State next week. I believe that's
Mm-hmm.
the week 4 matchup. It's either next week or it's week 5, but I think it's next week. So y'all gotta get it together. And I got y'all beating Ohio State. If y'all have to match up with them twice, I got them beaten. So I mean, they have to go out here today, and they cannot have the same type of game they had the past 2 weeks. But again, I will say this: Boise State is a good team. Boise
Yes.
State was one of the teams that was
Yes.
picked to say they could be the representative in the G5. And again, I may just be, throwing bait, just throwing, giving excuses because I'm rocking with Oregon. But Boise State is a good team. You
I
know what
don't
I'm
think
saying?
so, bro. Nah,
And
Ashton
I, but I,
Jitty, he is the, they
that's what I'm
saying he the
saying.
best running back in college football.
Yeah, and I said the same thing about Penn State and Bowling Green. I text you. It was
Yeah.
it was all fun, but those are two teams that many pundits said they have a legit opportunity at the G5 spot or locking up that particular spot. So I mean, Boise State is a lot better than people give them. Well, most non-active college football fans, Boise State is much better. So to me, I really look at that game. That game was really, even though it's a G5 opponent, I look at it as no, that was just two P5 teams playing, two really good P5 teams. P4 teams. Well, no P5, since you're saying
Yeah.
the Pac-12 is trying to make a resurgence.
Yes,
So
they
those
are.
really two good Pac-12, team. I mean, G5 teams playing. Getting tongue
Power
tied.
five teams,
Yeah.
yeah, bro, because they're going to the Pac-12 for sure. Boise State is, man, they look these teams, man. They think the transfer portal has made college football great again, man. These G5 teams is playing like no lights out, bro. They are playing lights out. It seems like they're a lot hungrier than a lot of these Power Five teams. And these Power Five teams is going into these games. I don't know what's going on, but it seems like they're going into these games like we just gonna go smack these cats around, and they ready for them, and they are
Yeah.
ready for them. You hear me? You
Yeah.
seen that UNLV, Bowling Green, Penn State, Boise State, Oregon, NIU, Notre Dame, and I do not think that it is over. This is going to be an exciting season of college football. We got a 12-team playoff, and you're going to see it in the playoffs. I think we may even see in the playoffs a 7 seed take out a 3 seed. You know what I mean? Like
Oh, definitely.
bruh, this is going to be an exciting ride of a college football season this year, bruh. It is going down, and this I don't think I know. I really feel like that, and this is just my opinion, y'all. I must put that disclaimer out there first. Um, we're not done seeing upsets in college football. We're not done seeing that. Eric
Oh
quote,
no,
we're not done seeing those. So
no,
y'all just
no.